exists. Pretty good actually. Okay, it might be facing some bugs, but what typically it tells you is what are the different roles based on the labor database globally it maintains. What are the roles that you could apply for? Not just the role that you have mentioned, but what are the different roles that you could apply for. That's what this tool will kind of give you that. Okay, so let it kind of build through. Okay, so it's a free tool but available only in the USA, so you'll have to put in the VPN, and the name of the VPN is called Urban VPN. Okay, Urban VPN is the name of the tool. Okay, for some reason it is not showing tools, right? How do you can you jump to resume, like a workshop a resume, workshop a cover letter, explore more job ideas based on your career path? You can explore. So this is like a career guidance step powered with AI that you can check. Okay, that is the first step to understand your career pathways. Okay, after you understand the career pathways, the next step is to understand where should you apply for jobs. Okay, so for here we have the product of Career Dreamer. So you have the product Career Dreamer. Okay, and it is available only in USA, so you need a VPN like Urban VPN to access, which gives you clarity or some kind of understanding on, okay, how do I check my career, how do I apply in my career, what are the things that I can do. Okay, that is the first part. So this is how you can explore career pathways. The next part is how do I apply for companies for your particular role. Okay, for this I will use Comet. Okay, so Comet is the browser by Perplexity, which is a completely agentic browser, and I'll show you how to make it work. Okay, so I'll go to Perplexity. I'll directly go to Perplexity, and then this is what I will mention. Here is my LinkedIn profile, and I'll copy paste my LinkedIn profile. Okay, so let me do that. I will copy paste my LinkedIn profile. Here is my LinkedIn profile.
ब्लिंकिट वाली
Find me
और
5
दूसरा
most
सेशन है एआई
relevant
का।
jobs that I can apply for
एआई में बहुत
based
सारी
on my
पावर समझ
LinkedIn
में आ गई
profile,
है, मेरे को बहुत काम आएगा इन सब
and tell
चीज़ों
me
से।
the fitment percentage as to which
वो उसका भी
job
है
fits
अभी,
me the
वो
best,
अगले महीने
so
देखेंगे
that
अपन।
then I can apply for that
वो जो
particular
ब्लिंकिट
job.
से कल बताया नहीं था आपको, बैठ के सारी चीज़ें हिसाब के साथ।
Okay, so I'm asking it to find me the 5 most relevant jobs that I can apply for based on my
और दे
LinkedIn
देंगे
profile.
उसको।
So I'm telling my LinkedIn profile, find me the most relevant jobs. So now it is
दो
trying
कॉल
to
लगाऊं?
assist me. So it has now gone to my
ड्राइव तो ना
LinkedIn profile
दो
and
लगाऊं
now
तो
understanding who I am as a person based on my LinkedIn profile. Okay, it is trying to understand who I am based on my LinkedIn profile. It will try to scroll down and then everything. So my hands are off, as you can see, and then it is now checking my LinkedIn profile, my experience, etc., all that, so that it can now find relevant jobs for me that I can apply for. Okay, so even finding the jobs that are relevant to me, AI will do for me. And it is now looking at my current role, my
Experience,
experience,
और
my
ले आओ
key
भाई, आप कौन से
skills,
कॉन्टैक्ट बोल रहे
right?
right?
My
My
background,
background,
and it is
and it is
navigating to the
navigating to the
jobs.
jobs.
Now that it has
Now that I
understand who I
understand
am as
who
a
I am as a
person,
person,
it is
it
now
is now
trying to
trying
kind
to
of
kind of
check
check
on what are
on
the
what are the
different
different
jobs
jobs
that I
that
could
I could
apply for
apply for
along with my
along with my
fitment
fitment
strategy.
strategy.
Okay, so it is now, as you see, it is typing AI product manager, and it is choosing Bangalore because it detected that I am at the location Bangalore, and now it is trying to look at the different job postings and reading the job posting and checking back with my LinkedIn profile that it has understood, and say the clicking on the various jobs, it will read the job description and then understand, okay, do I really apply for this? How do I apply for this, etc., and so forth. So that's how it will try to understand, how do I really go ahead and find the jobs that are relevant to me. Okay, so this will take I think approximately 2-3 minutes, not more than that. But the thing is, instead of you actually searching for the job, it will kind of find those proper 3-4 jobs that would be most relevant to you.
और दे दो और दे दो
So anytime you can leave it and you can keep doing some other task, or you can keep checking on what it is searching, what is it trying to do, etc., so that you understand everything. And the good part, if you see, it is actually searching for jobs within a 40-kilometer radius of my presence. So it understood that I am in Bangalore and it is trying to check where in Bangalore I am present.
अभी जो 2 रखा हूँ वो भी भर दो जाओ
Okay, so it is now searching for multiple roles, and I think it will.
क्यों बुलवा रही हो
You
यार
can give like
पता है मेरी
10
क्लास
jobs,
चल रही है
15 jobs, 20 jobs. I have given 5 jobs so as to save up on time and get those 5 jobs. You can make the prompt even more elaborate by saying I want 10 jobs, 15 jobs, and then manually evaluate. So now it has searched for relevant jobs. It is now evaluating the job fitment, and after that it will check on everything. So you look at it, it is actually searching for different job titles looking at my LinkedIn. I did not explicitly search for product management, search for this. It saw my profile, it understood, okay, you know what, I can check for this, and it has tried to now match my qualifications. Okay, right now I said only find the profiles. I have not told it to apply, so it won't apply on behalf because there is a lot more process that we need to do before we get there. So now it has evaluated the fitment. It will now present me the results over here. So here is what it is saying. Based on my thorough analysis of the profile, here are the top 5 jobs. It is saying Director AI Architect Knowledge Management, that is one. Then Management Manager to Program Manager Tech of Generative AI at Uber. Then Engineering Manager AI Innovation and Research AI ML Google. Then Engineering Leader Agentic AI ThoughtSpot, then AI Product Manager Role Tiger Analytics overall. So it is now recommending me the first position of Director AI Architect Knowledge Management. Okay, so it is kind of asking me knowledge management, but I also like this job position, which is the the job posting on Uber, which is the Program Manager Tech Gen AI Uber. Okay, so this job is also kind of good. And now I will optimize for this particular job, which is the Manager to PGM Tech Gen AI Uber. Okay, so now we will get here. So what we have done right now is we found the companies that need to be applied with comment by Perplexity, and I have chosen Uber as the company where I want to apply that particular job. The next part is company research. Okay, I want to understand the company thoroughly before I even apply, before I go for the interview. I need to position myself in the right manner. Okay, so we will be doing both of the steps back to back. So pay attention. So for company research, the tool that I will use is Google AI Studio. Okay, again, completely available free of cost. And the reason why I'm choosing this is Gemini 3, which came recently, that is present in Google AI Studio, which is a very powerful model. All right, so we will try to do company research on Google AI Studio. All right, so for that, we go to Google AI Studio, okay, and we go back to the prompt that we learned, which is the magic prompt formula. Just to recap, the magic prompt formula consists of the role, what role you want to take, the context, what is the context that you want to provide, saying what is it that you exactly want to do, then the task, what is the task that you want to do with this AI, and the output format or anything like that. So exactly what is the output you want. So the first step on company research, what we will do is, we will say this. Let me copy it and then I will explain to you the complete prompt. So the role is act as a strategic business consultant and executive headhunter with 20 years of experience. You have a deep understanding of corporate strategy, revenue streams, and market positioning. Context, I am interviewing for so-and-so job title at so-and-so company. I need to understand the company better than the person interviewing me. Task, conduct a 80-20 analysis of this company. That is, conduct detailed research and return the following specific intelligence. You want money engine. Explain their core business model. How do they actually generate revenue? Where is the profit coming from? The threat landscape. Identify their top 3 competitors. Why competitors? One thing is, when you're interviewing for the company, you can better position yourself, or if you want to, if that company does not admit you, you can use the same preparation to apply for similar jobs at the competitors. And then the candidate edge, based on the above, provides specific high-level tips for the candidate applying for the title role, the output format, etc. So before you give the prompt, you need to say what's the job and the company. Okay, so the company is Uber India. So you are applying for Uber India. And what is the job position? The job position is manager to program manager tech. So I will copy this and I'll mention job is this. I'll just expand this so that it is easier for the LLM to understand. Okay, so this is the prompt and let us see the output. Okay, so I am using Gemini 3, which is the very powerful model, which it will act as a strategic consultant. It knows that I'm interviewing for this particular role at this particular company which I have provided. It will do the 80-20 analysis. It will explain the core business model. The reason why I'm choosing this is, I am grounding with Google search. So there is this Google search grounding I am doing. So it will actually search. We use the Google search engine to get this competitive information and present it to me. That's the reason I'm using the Google AI Studio. Okay, so this is the strategic analysis it is giving. For example, Uber India, how does it makes money? It is not just a ride-hailing company, it's a global R&D export hub, right? Ride-hailing is the front end, then there is a back end of service exports, with a lot of support services, and it has kind of understood where all it is making money. Everybody thinks Uber is only ride-hailing, but there is this service export business that not many people are aware of. Okay, then there is this Uber journey ads, which is the pure profit layer. By selling ads during the ride or waiting, Uber generates high margin revenue that does not require paying a driver. Okay, it is a $1.5 billion business. Okay, the threat landscape is the zero commission war with Rapido, Namayatri, and it has taken a kind of the third competitor, BlueSmart, which actually is no longer in operation. But anyways, you kind of get Rapido and Namayatri as the competitors. Then you have the candidate edge. So what is the talking points that you can prepare on? Defending the moat against zero commission models. As a program manager, how can you defend the moat? right? So it is asking you to kind of do this analysis, and I have analyzed the rise of Rapido, Namayatri in my focus on tech programs that improve driver stickiness. I can do this research. Or I know Uber India engineering is leading the global change on so and so. I can do some research, or I can do some research on the ONDC integration. Okay, so how do you have already started integrating metro ticketing? How can we further leverage this? Okay, so now summary is, it is saying that Uber India is effectively an export business funding a logistics war. So I want to manage the technical programs that can make our supply invincible against zero commission disruptors. So these are the resources, and these are the Google search suggestions further it is giving. Okay, so now I have a very good idea about the company, about its business. So if I write cover letters when I'm preparing for interview, I will have the business at the back of my mind and provide more thoughtful answers than my competitors who are applying for the same role. Okay, so what we have done now is we have now looked at trying to look at what is the company's research that we try to do, which is using the Google AI Studio underneath Gemini 3. So you got some understanding. Now you need to position yourself so that you are the best fit for the job. I can continue again in Google AI Studio itself. So basically what I'm trying to look at is some cover letter phrasing. See, everybody applies with resume. Okay, there are hundreds of job application resumes that come. So writing the good cover letter with the right phrasing, that will help you stand out against the rest of the folks. Okay, so that's what you want to kind of do by actually positioning yourself and find the best fit for the job. All right. So for that, I will try to now find those phrases that I want to use in my cover letter, and for that I will do this. Again, go to the same Google AI Studio. Driven career coach and copywriter, you understand that hiring managers are bored and skeptical. Your goal is to stop the scroll immediately by providing empathy and competence in the first sentence. So when you write your cover letters to your prospective managers for the interview, etc., along with your resume, you need to give them some very strong reason as to why they should consider you or at least talk to you. Lot of times in interviews, what happens is most of the candidates don't even get the call. Okay, they don't even get the invitation to come to the interview itself, and that's why you need to have cover letters wherein you are putting a phrase that will make them stop in their tracks and at least think, you know what, I want to talk to this candidate. You need to be able to drive that. So for that, you say, role is act as a psychology-driven career coach and copywriter. You understand that hiring managers are bored. Write the line in such a way that you provide empathy and competence. I will provide the resume and the job description. Most cover letters are robotic trash. I want mine to reverse engineer the company's pain points. So 2 steps, analyze the pain point of the company, the biggest challenge or problem someone in this position I am applying for faces day to day, and then write the hook. An attention grabbing opening hook for my cover letter, it must highlight my experience. So prove that I empathize with the specific challenge, and this is the output format. The root cause analysis, focus on hard skills, enthusiasm, and a specific past way. So I am trying to build this complete structure of what I'll do, and for this I will need to provide the inputs of number 1, my the resume. So let me provide my resume over here. So what I'll do is I'll go to resources. I will just save it as PDF. Okay, I saved my the resume here as PDF. Okay, that's what I have done. After I have done that, where I have saved my resume as PDF, the next part what I'll do is I will have to find the job description. Okay, so here I will go to this, right, and I'll search for this job description. Okay, so this is the job description. All right, so I can just copy this. Okay, I'll copy that. So now what I'll do is I will say JD text, copy the JD text, and the file, right, I will upload my resume. Okay, so I have the resume, I have everything, and now I will run it. So I have given the JD text as well as my resume. I have given this inputs. Now it will understand both of that and tell me if I write a cover letter, what are those things that I must definitely consider. Okay, so now look at the root cause analysis. So it is saying, with a background in NLP research, I have a background in NLP research, leading technical program delivery. I know that scaling AI evaluation isn't just an operations problem, it's a talent verification problem. Having designed the technical evaluation architectures, I have the specific playbook to source, vet, and manage the high quality coding talent required to feed Uber's agentic AI and LLM client pipelines. I can scale data annotation for coding use cases. So you need the volume of a crowd and precision of a senior engineer. So I can do that, I can handle that. And when I let so and so, my mandate mirrored Uber's current challenge, which is quantifying technical competence at scale without sacrificing speed. I engineered evaluation metrics and I found a lot of candidates for positions. So I said that this is what exactly I can do. And when I'm writing this letter to my hiring manager, I will put these phrases and merge it into a very strong cover letter that I can use. Okay, so this is how I would look at the cover letter. Now the main part, okay, the main part is I will need to look at this resume and the cover letter, sorry, the resume and the job description, and I want to build a very customized, resume that I can use. Okay, right now I have a very plain resume, which is very generic. I want a resume that is tailor-made for this job. So for that, okay, so now I understood how to position myself. So I have the right positioning. Now I have to create a customized resume with my original resume file. I have my original resume file. And then I have my job description text. I have my original resume file, I have my job description text. I will put this into the Google Gemini directly. And for that, I will use a feature called Canvas. Let us see how it works. So I go to gemini.google.com. First, I will add my resume. Okay. First, I will add my resume. Okay. I have attached my resume as a PDF. Act like a proper, well-qualified resume writer who has written for a lot of professionals who crack jobs in companies like Google, Uber, Meta, and so on. Analyze my resume, analyze the job description I am pasting below, and create a very customized resume that I can use to directly apply for this job. Okay, and in the tools, I will add canvas. This is very, very important step. You need to have canvas for this and ensure you have a thinking model enabled. Okay, so I have attached my resume as a PDF. I have given this prompt. Now I have set this up, and now I will say JD, and I will put the complete thing overall. Okay, so I have put in the JD also. Okay, so I have put in my profile, I have put in my JD, and now I am doing this completely. Okay, so the next step, what I'm doing here for folks who have missed it, I looked at career pathways where I used the career dreamer by Google to understand the pathways. I found companies to apply for with Comet by Perplexity, and I zeroed on Uber. I did the Uber's company research on Google AI Studio. I positioned myself so that what are the phrases I need to use with Google AI Studio. Right now, I'm creating a customized resume for the job thing. Okay, for that I'm using Google Gemini with Canvas. Now I am submitting this. So first it will analyze the PDF, it will look at the job description, it is prioritizing key responsibilities, etc. It is reviewing the candidate experience. Okay, so everything is done, and now it is kind of doing the fixing. Now it is building my resume. Okay, it is now going to build my complete resume. It has kind of amplified my green flags, and it has fixing my red flags, which feels that it could be a problem. Okay, let's wait for it. It should create this resume any moment in time. And there you go. It has said program delivery leader, AI operations and ML solutions. And then it has kind of helped me build the complete resume for me. Look at this. A proper resume formatted in a way that I can directly apply for jobs with all my experience mentioned. Alright, all I have to do is now download this, and my resume is kind of ready, or I can even share it all through. Right, so I have my resume now ready. Alright. Folks, a little pulse check. How did you like it so far? How we have gone from understanding and opening up career pathways and come to the point where we can build a resume we can directly build and apply. Right? We have built this full-fledged resume. Okay? Now you might be thinking, okay, you know what, my job is done. Okay? This is the point wherein we have to do a little more tweaks, wherein we have to now audit our resume. Okay? There is this auditing of the resume that we will have to do so that we look at the points that are to be fixed. So for auditing the resume, what I'll do is, I'll stay in Gemini only right now. I can, if you want, you can move it to ChatGPT also. In fact, let us move it to ChatGPT. Why? So that you have a very impartial judge of the resume. All right. So now, for this part, I will use a different prompt. Okay, and now I will attach the resume that I downloaded from Google. Okay, I should attach the resume that I have downloaded from Google, and I'll attach that resume. Okay, and here what I'm doing is I am saying act as a strict data-driven hiring manager who rigorously follows the resume methodologies of industry experts like Austin Belkak. He is one very famous industry expert who kind of helps in crafting the resume. You believe if a resume isn't tailored, it is trash. Right? For example, I am giving the link of a resume advice article. So this is the resume advice article I am kind of giving. The job description I am applying for my current resume. So I will just put in JD I am applying for, and I'll just put that. Okay, so I gave the resume and everything, and now I allow it to run. Ensure that you are in thinking mode when doing this. You can check this on any LLM, it is absolutely the same. Okay, but the better kind of do it in any model because it will be very good. Alright, so now it is kind of thinking through. It will look at the resume that we have just uploaded as well as look at the job description and then try to check.
ये पढ़ाई नहीं कर रही, गेम खेल रहा।
मैं मार दूंगा ये पढ़ाई।
What's happening? It's kind of stuck right now.
गो खाओ।
Anyways, I think I'll do it in Gemini only. There is some problem. So I will put this. I will attach the resume. So Gemini is, ChatGPT is having some problem. So I'll attach it right here. Thinking model, everything is same. Right now I don't require Canvas at this point in time. I'll ask it to do the resume audit for me. So here I'm doing the resume audit so as to consider the various tailoring strategies, etc. Overall, looking at keyword density. So there are a bunch of things, technical things that need to happen for which career consultants charge anywhere between $10 to $100 per consultation. You are now able to do all that for free. Okay, so it is saying length violation, show, don't tell violation, gap analysis, some tactical recommendations, etc. It is giving. Okay, so it is giving the tactical recommendations and everything. So you will need to fix all of this. After this, you will need to write the specific bullet points on your resume. Okay, so I will now write these specific bullet points for my resume, or I will say, you know what, fix my resume based on this. So I will say tools, I'll say canvas, I'll say fix my resume based on the feedback and rewrite it to be concise and relevant to the job. Overall, don't cut portions for the sake of it. Every rewrite should take me closer to the job. Okay, so fix my resume, try to do this and ensure that every rewrite should take me closer to the job. So it is now checking each of the portions of my resume, transforming the past roles, leveraging the prior accomplishments, optimizing for everything, completely rewritten. So now it will rewrite my entire resume into 2 pages. So we started with a 3-page resume. So now it will kind of look at, you know what, I think these are the changes to be made based on the prompt that I have given. And on basis of the prompt, it will now try to edit and fix this particular part.
पहले होल मार्केट में आता है, फिर उसको रिटेल शॉप ऑनर खरीदते हैं, फिर उसके बाद वो कंज्यूमर के हाथ में जाता है, कंज्यूमर फिर घर ले आके ध्यान से करते हैं, ऐसे गोल गोल घूमता रहता है। A chain of market serve, जो मार्केट का जो चेन होता है सर्व करता है। द पर्पज ऑफ प्रोड्यूसर एंड कंज्यूमर, इसका पर्पज क्या होता है? प्रोड्यूसर।
So there is even an error it has caught, so it is fixing that error so that the resume would be visible to us. So we'll just be a little bit more patient so that we can fix it and regenerate the file with the corrections.
होलसेल क्या करता है? चेन मार्केट का काम करता है। ये सामान लाया, प्रोड्यूसर खरीद लेता है उससे सामान, और फिर क्या करता है? कंज्यूमर को बेच देता है। यही सर्कल चलता रहता है, चेन चलता है। ये चेन से लड़ पकड़ लेता है।
There you go. My resume is now ready, basically with the professional experience, etc., condensed to 2 pages as per the requirement so that it can pass through all the ATS checks, and I have a very high chance of at least having a conversation with the hiring manager. So I submit this resume, I write the cover letter based on the phrases that are given over here. I combine both, submit it to the hiring manager, and then I would be in a position where I can have a higher chance of cracking the job. So that, my dear friends, is the hiring workflow. Just to recap all of that. Okay, sorry, I think I just missed the screen. Okay, so if you look at this, we have created a customized resume, and finally we audited the resume and rewrote the changes again in Google Gemini with Canvas. Okay, so this is the workflow. All right, so the workflow is step 1, career pathways, where you go to AI, Google, and in the closed beta. Then you have the companies where you try to use the Comet with Perplexity to understand the companies to apply for. Company research, Google AI Studio. Position yourself the best, Google AI Studio. Create a customized resume. Use the original resume and the JD text in Google Gemini with Canvas to create your resume. Audit the resume and make the changes again on Google Gemini Canvas. So that is the complete workflow of the first use case, which is how you can apply for jobs. This entire workflow kind of encapsulates and even kind of simulates like a very good career consultant who charges hundreds and thousands of dollars to people step by step, but you can kind of make it all work together with AI. Okay, so next, in the next 10 minutes, I will show you the other use case. You have seen how you can create PPT in Google Gemini Canvas. Okay, so what I will teach you now is a AI workflow / framework to create a better PPT. How can you get a better PPT overall so that you can do this? Okay, and I will tie it back, the research statement that I'm going to observe, I will tie it back to my job. Okay, if you remember, it said things like, if I look at the business of Uber, right? If you look at this, it had 3 talking points. Okay, how can I look at these talking points and try to build this presentation that can impress my hiring manager? Okay, for example, I say I have analyzed the rise of Rapido. I want to focus on tech programs that improve driving stickiness beyond just earning. So I'll copy this. Okay, now I go to the first step. What you should do is, whatever you want to research, go to Perplexity. It is a great research assistant optimized for that. So you can use Perplexity for the same. So what I'll do is, instead of saying analyze the rise of Rapido and Namya 3. I will use this analysis to improve driver stickiness beyond just earnings. So I want to create a presentation so that I can answer this question and improve my chances of getting hired at Uber. Okay, analyze this thing. Give me 10 URLs only, not the text, that can support the above statement. Okay, so I wanted to analyze the rise of Rapido and Namayatri for the growth factors, which is the competitors to Uber. So now I'm asking, give me 10 URLs that will kind of help me to analyze the above statement. There you go. It has given me 10 URLs overall of this. So what you will do is copy these 10 URLs. Okay, copy these 10 URLs. Next, you have seen Notebook. You can open notebooklm.google.com, create new notebook. Okay, in that, go and click on link. Okay, here, paste the URLs that you have copied. Perplexity is a great researcher which gives you the research sources, whereas NotebookLM is a great condensation engine where it will ensure that it is not going beyond the resources. So there is no chance you will provide wrong information. You are very much curtailed and controlled over this. Okay, you can say insert right now. So right now you can insert and then you can use these resources for understanding Rapido and this thing. While you can use Comet directly, Comet will take much more time. So this will be faster. Okay. So that's why I have taken this approach, which is few seconds. Comet will take at least 10 minutes to scrape and keep going through that information. All right. Now I will give this prompt. I am actually trying to apply for a position at Uber. I want to understand the growth story of this so that when I am, kind of understand the rise of Rapido, I want to use this analysis to improve driver stickiness beyond commissions. Okay. So using the info provided, give me a 8-slide deck outline that I can use in my interview or something like that. Okay, so now NotebookLM will look through all of the resources that it has mentioned and gives me the 8-slide deck outline that I can use in my interview. Okay, so it has said this thing, it has given me a lot of information. It has given me all of this. Let it generate. It has generated now. Okay, I will copy this. Come back to Gemini. Okay, I'll come back to Gemini, open a new chat, create canvas, and I'll put the complete thing, and I'll say create a PPT for the above notes. And there you go. A workflow to elevate your PowerPoint presentations than just saying create a PowerPoint presentation. I built this workflow in 3 stages. Stage 1, Perplexity. Stage 2, NotebookLM. And stage 3, Gemini Canvas. So you see this, right? The same tools which are there, right? I'm not using very, very fancy AI applications. I'm using exactly the same tools that, you have seen, and these are the tools that help in a lot of productivity. It is just that I am reimagining the workflow, trying to check the use cases, and then deciding what to use. So to summarize, so that I can show you how I have done this, I used Perplexity to get my research sources. So I get all the URLs from Perplexity. Okay, then these URLs, I will put it in Notebook LM
मम्मी आपको मम्मी
so that I have a hallucination free
ये बार डर लगा था कोरोना में,
slide outline.
हमको तुम्हारे चेहरा देख कर डर लगा, और हमको कुछ हो गया नहीं बच्ची,
Okay, then this slide outline I put in
हमको तुम्हारा बच्चे
Gemini Canvas so that I can get the Google slides that I need. Alright, so just wait for a moment to kind of get the slides. So the driver retention strategy is getting formed. I think our slides will be ready in a few moments. Let's wait for that.
और सिर्फ सब कुछ के बलिदान, मतलब वो आदमी मर जाता है जहाँ
There you go. I have a zero commission challenge securing driver loyalty in India's mobility market. The next slide is about the market entry, the squeeze, the result. Then rise of the disruptor Rapido. It has even picked up a picture about market insight, asset light model, competitive standing. Then zero commission turning point, about where the zero commission turning point happened, why drivers leave, the retention crisis. Then the financial transparency, the operational efficiency and safety, the future proofing of economic monetization, and these are the image sources. So I will use these slides. Of course, I'll have to make some changes based on my domain expertise, and I will make a PDF and send it to my hiring manager saying, as I'm applying for the manager of program manager for Uber, this is my vision of how I will solve this biggest pain point that Uber has. Whether I get the job or not, one thing I'm 110% sure is that I'll at least have a chance of the conversation. Okay, so this is how you can use AI to augment your various workflows, and you can use the different tools to kind of come to a stage so that you can build different things that can be useful to you overall. Okay, so I will also kind of, Funny, should I share the prompts now, or you want to talk and then I should share?
Yeah, you can share it now, Dilip.
Absolutely. So let me share the prompts I have used. Some basic prompts I have used I will not share, but the elaborate prompts that I have built, right, that I will share. Let me do that. So everybody can check this document out. It has all the prompts that I have used in the workflows I have mentioned, so that you can actually use this wherever required. All right. So this is how I would say you can think of AI workflows, of using the tools that are present, but elevating their use cases by solving problems end to end. Yes, Funny, over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dilip, for doing this entire session. Folks, I am going ahead and launching a poll that all of you could go ahead and answer to give us a feedback on this entire session that you have attended. Give me 1 second to launch it, and there you go. The poll is on your screen. I would want all of you to go ahead and launch this or answer the poll so that we can get feedback from all of you in terms of how this entire session was. But was it useful? Drop in a heart. I also see some celebration emojis coming in. We did not announce this bonus day yesterday, but we wanted to do it for all of you because yesterday we realized that we taught you all a lot of tools, but AI workflows is what people really have to use to be able to get great outputs from AI altogether. And as people are going ahead and voting on the poll, Dilip, are there any, is there any advice that you would like to share with everyone before you drop off?
So one thing I would definitely love to tell people is whenever you're trying to solve problems with AI, you should have this workflow driven approach as to, how can I get a better output overall? So you need to have that mindset so that you can decide, okay, you know what, I want a better output. For example, I wanted a more concentrated PPT, like a PPT which tells a storyline in a better manner. So for that, I thought Perplexity can find me the sources very well. Notebook LM will stick to my sources. It will not deviate from my sources. So I get the authentic information, whereas Gemini can build me the best slides. So use the best tool for the best part of your workflow. That's how you'll do it. And similarly for the job application workflow, I found out, so in that workflow, what I would say is domain expertise becomes very important. Basically, how do you apply for jobs? How do you write resumes? There is some information which I've incorporated into the prompts, which is a domain specific information on how do you write your resumes overall. So I have incorporated that and designed it in a way so that you can use it for your any case that you want to build. Yeah, so that's how you think about it. So don't, kind of think that, I will have to wait it for a tool that can do everything in once. Try to distribute it across tools because that will give you the best possible output overall.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dilip, for being here today and taking this entire session. I will go ahead and share some resources from yesterday as well that Vaibhav had covered so that you all get a direction in terms of how you can take your AI learning journey forward from here. But Dilip, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Fanny. It was great interacting with the audience.
Wonderful, folks. So yesterday, those of you who have already attended Vaibhav's S&T session, which is the 3-hour generative AI workshop that we conducted yesterday, all of you would have come across this 6-month roadmap that we have gone ahead and given to everyone. I will go ahead and share this link on the chat itself. But for all of you to be able to go deeper into generative AI, we have given a 6-month-long roadmap that will, through which you can go into the technicalities of large language models. Let us say a Gemini or a ChatGPT or a Claude, whatever large language model you essentially use, you need to really understand how these large language models really work for you to be able to go ahead and make the best use of them. How can you go ahead and practically use the large language models as well by exploring their playgrounds is something that you should be covering in month 2, wherein you also go into prompt engineering. And I'm repeating this because I see that about 40 to 50 odd people missed out on yesterday's session, and I thought concluding this entire workshop with this roadmap is going to be super helpful for all of you. So once you learn prompt engineering, you should then look at workflows, and that is what we covered today and tried to give you a glimpse of what workflows would look like. Month 4, you take it one notch up and you learn how content creation can happen with AI, where you get to create images, videos, and a lot of creative content that can help you build a personal brand or even go viral. All of it with AI, that is what you can go ahead and you should be learning in month 4. Month 5 is where you go deep into AI automations, and month 6, you go deep into product building without writing a single line of code. So these are all of the things that you should ideally be learning. And what we covered yesterday, those of you who attended and stayed till the end would already have gotten through all of the 20 different steps that you should essentially be taking. But this entire document covers all the steps that you need to go deep into, including the tools that you need to go deep into to become a master of using AI. And that is very, very important as of today. And even in this session, I'm sure you notice the power of AI altogether. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in this link on the chat. And those of you who missed out on taking this down yesterday or who missed out on the entire session yesterday, please go ahead and copy paste this entire step-by-step guide into your own resource bank and drop in a heart if you are promising to us that you will continue to practice. You of course have taken 2 days of your time to attend this entire workshop that we have put together for everyone to go ahead and learn. But on the chat, can you all drop in a promise if you will continue to learn from here on your own by following this entire guide? It's going to take about 6 to 8 months, but it's very important no matter who you are. You could be a student, you could be someone who is starting your career at this point of time, you might be an entrepreneur, you might be a consultant, you might be a salaried working professional, but it's very important that everybody continues to upskill when it comes to AI, and that is something that we are trying to do at Outskill and Growth School also. But loving the responses that are coming in on the chat. Now, yesterday, Vaibhav also went ahead and spoke about the 3-day generative AI bootcamp that we kind of do inside of Growth School. Now, a lot of you went ahead and enrolled into as part of the first 50 people inside the into this program, and you have gotten a lot of bonuses. But after that, yesterday night, we got flooded with a lot of DMs and emails as well, asking for an extension of the offer that we went ahead and put out. The same program, for those of you who missed out on yesterday's session, the same program for which we charge about 25,000 rupees, we gave an offer to everyone yesterday to go ahead and join in at just 3,999 rupees, or rather $99 for people who are from outside of India. This is a 3-day program where everything that we speak about in the step-by-step roadmap, we cover all of it in just 3 days that happens over one weekend. Now, because a lot of you requested for an extension, what we have done, also because there were a few deferrals that happened from our cohort, and we were able to open 4 additional seats, just 4 additional seats into the generative AI bootcamp, and that is what I want to go ahead and give to all of you today before we wrap up the entire call. So I'm putting in the enrollment link on the chat, but for those of you who missed out the details about the generative AI bootcamp, I will go ahead and quickly share a little bit about what happens in this generative AI bootcamp and why it is unlike all of the other AI programs out there. But the offer that we announced yesterday is valid again today for the first 4 people who go ahead and enroll, which is for the 3-day AI training program that we conduct as part of the generative AI bootcamp. You pay 3,999 rupees rather than paying 25,000. That's about paying 1,200 rupees per day of the training. And you can imagine the kind of value that you will be getting inside this entire program, because like we announced yesterday, this is by far the world's most extensive, practical and easy to understand AI programs that has ever been created. And it's created to help people go from being script kiddies all the way up to being advanced users of generative AI. This essentially is your 0 to 1 journey of becoming AI experts, or rather people who would know how to use AI in the right way. Now,